it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, really. We keep talking about £3.50 a week for an experienced nurse. I'm not a qualified nurse. I don't have a fancy degree. However, I probably have the most patient contact, than a qualified nurse who deals with a lot of paperwork, a lot of pressure, a lot of medicine. We deal with the bodily fluids. We deal with, walking them to the toilet, doing all the gory things, as well as a lot of technical things. I can take blood, I can pop in a catheter. I'm the bottom band scale. The NHS works in scales. We used to have a band 1. The band 1's been gotten rid of when there was this pay rise recently. Band 1s, we're talking domestics, porters, as invaluable as they are now paid the same as me, who has the patient contact, who has to hold it. I mean,
What band are you?
I'm a band 2.
Right.
So now I'm classed as the same as a porter and a domestic.
Right.
However, I was there holding people's hands as they were dying. We got relocated. We were sent to COVID wards, dealing with people dying. Nothing prepares you for what we've seen.
No.
To be getting 1% is just a kick in the teeth. I could go and get... There's qualified nurses that have left and gone and worked at Aldi's because they get paid more. And I love my job. I love it so much. I'm quite new at this. I don't want to be a qualified nurse. I don't want the responsibilities of a qualified nurse. I get to do what I call the fun stuff. I get to entertain the patients, chat to the patients, hold their hands because they're not getting visitors. It is a true kick in the teeth. It's not even £3.50 a week for me. I don't even get paid £10 an hour for what I do.
Mm. What, just as you mention it, I mean, you've been right on the front line. What, you expect to see illness and sadly death in your job, but the amount that you've had to deal with, I suspect...
Nothing prepared us for that.
No. I mean,
Nothing at all.
Have you felt overwhelmed?
Oh, God, yes. It's coming back to me now, but the first... because I work in a peripheral site, we do elective surgeries, so obviously we were the first to close, we were the first to get sent over to help the first wave, and obviously the second wave we stopped electives again. So we've been moved left, right and centre. I am lucky in what I do. I don't work in A&E, I don't see all the, the horrific stuff on a normal day-to-day. But yeah, we do occasionally deal with death, but nothing to this scale that we've seen. We've had a lot of people off with stress. It's sort of like a PTSD because we've had some horrific deaths.
Do you just feel feel helpless in some ways because you can't stop it?
Yeah, completely. It's been hard, and the best thing that we've had is we are like a family. A little bit of a dysfunctional one at times, but we support each other. We're all sort of going through the same thing, and I love my nurses. I love my qualified nurses. They couldn't do their job without us. On each team, you'll have a qualified nurse in charge. They'll be doing the medicines and the paperwork, and they're ultimately in charge of those patients. But then they need us to be doing the day-to-day dealings with those patients. We're the ones that have the patient contact.
So for how long?
Minimum wage, practically.
How many hours without a break do you have to wear your equipment and your mask and everything that goes with it? What's the longest stint you do?
Gosh, well, it depends on the shift I'm working, but I mean, the longest I've probably gone without even being able to go off and have a cup of tea has been close to 6 to 8 hours. That's just been due to we've been short-staffed. We try and pull people from other wards because you've not got enough staff to help. But yeah, I mean, I've been off sick. I'm back at work now, but I was injured by a patient as well whilst at work on a night shift.
Why? What happened? Do you mind telling us?
Well, I already had a bad shoulder, but it wasn't his fault. He grabbed my bad arm and wouldn't let go.
Okay.
I ended up in A&E that night, but I'd not had a break at all, and it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd started at 7 o'clock in the evening. I'd not had a cup of tea or even a sip of water by that point. So yeah, I mean, it's been tough. really, really
Well, it's
hard.
good to get you on because you need to hear what it's like in the front line, and be kind to yourself. Don't overdo it because
Thank you.
we
But
need
yeah,
people
well,
like you to keep fit.